Hello. Thank you for joining the FCIA webcast this morning, April 13th, 2022. We are live. Today's our webcast on Advance Your Career with Fibre Channel Knowledge. And we have a very good conversation today on where to find all the education skills involved with Fibre Channel. If you would like to get your own copy of these presentation slides, you can get those from the BrightTAC homepage as a download button. Just download it there. But we'll also make these slides available after the webcast for your review, both on BrightTalk and on YouTube. So just a couple of speakers today. We have Michael Klempa, who's an electrical engineer for Amphenol. Michael's going to give us his experience and cover a lot of the material this morning. And then I'll be your moderator. My name is Mark Jones. I work for Broadcom in the Emulex division, and the two of us will handle the presentation this morning. Okay, a little bit about the FCIA. FCIA, of course, is the Fibre Channel Industry Association. We're a mutual nonprofit international organization of manufacturers, system integrators, developers, vendors, industry professionals, and end users. We've been around a while, and we have a lot of experience in this association. The FCIA has been around for over 25 years. We are made up of industry-leading member companies that are involved with the manufacturing and delivery of Fibre Channel solutions. And we're very proud of the fact that over the 25 plus years that Fibre Channel has become pervasive in all large data centers. We have over 150 million ports and over a Fibre Channel ports that have shipped since we started counting in 2001. And there's still over 40 million ports still in active use over the last 5 years. So there is a lot of Fibre Channel out there, and it's been very successful for a lot of folks. Our agenda today is going to cover Fibre Channel opportunities as far as your career goes, your career path. What are some of the newer technologies that maybe some of you are interested in with Fibre Channel, like Kubernetes and cloud services and NVMe over fabrics. And then we're going to talk about a huge collection of training materials that various companies have put together to help you learn about the content and the use of Fibre Channel. And then also we're going to talk a little bit about the industry part of this. What if you are working within the Fibre Channel industry and want to get involved in what makes it up? Where do the standards come from? Where are the industry associations? We're going to talk a little bit about that and Michael's personal perspective. As far as some of the opportunities, Fibre Channel innovation continues to grow. We're constantly working on new versions of Fibre Channel to keep up with the needs of the marketplace, what's happening in the compute industry and storage industry. And Fibre Channel experts, the folks that have been here for over 25 years and longer, are older. I'll say experienced is probably the term, and the doors are opening for younger folks to move into and take their shoes, in the industry as they move into retirement. So we're very excited about making sure that the next generation continues to be proficient and support and move the ball forward toward the goal line for Fibre Channel. And we're going to talk about a multitude of training resources that is outside of the typical college experience or education experience that young folks go through. And a lot of those are covering Fibre Channel basics, things like zoning, which if you're a SAN administrator, you're have to be deeply knowledgeable about, fabric notifications, and then more on the back end on the industry and the standards development and everything else around that makes the industry what it is. So just want to cover just briefly, what is Fibre Channel's role in new technologies? Just because Fibre Channel's been around for so long doesn't mean it's just sitting here doing nothing, not developing, not moving forward, not keeping up with what's important. Fiber Channel's leadership often makes it a basis of new technologies because we have that footprint and we've done things right for so long. We have, inherently high performance and low latency, huge extensibility in its scope as far as how broad it can be deployed within data centers and organizations. And there's been many years of refining its management at very large scale. And of course, security. Fiber Channel is, there is an air gap of security. It's not on the Ethernet network. So a lot of folks believe that inherently that provides Fiber Channel some level of extra security for organizations that require the best. And then its reliability. There's been so many years that Fiber Channel has provided unquestionable reliability, and it doesn't come by accident. The industry has lots of interoperability, plugfest events, and of course the bi-monthly standards meetings to ensure that there's a very tight and controlled set of technical standards that make up the Fiber Channel interface. Newer technologies like NVMe over fabrics have come along, and they allow the ability for multiple transports. And Fiber Channel, early on, Fiber Channel mapped its a protocol to the NVMe over fabrics standard. And as a result, because of all these benefits that Fiber Channel has, it has now become one of the most pervasive versions of NVMe over fabrics. And just about all the major array makers are now shipping NVMe over Fiber Channel in production. And major operating systems also have supported for many years. Bare metal virtualization containers, Fiber Channel is natively supported on Kubernetes. We talked about that in our last webcast. And this is a new area. A lot of folks that are bringing applications back from the cloud and repatriating them in their own data centers are constructing clusters of Kubernetes using Fiber Channel and taking advantage of all those inherent benefits of Fiber Channel to ensure that their cloud native applications run as good as applications always has. And of course, I mentioned air gap security. With new FCSP2 continually being refined, we now have multiple layers of data security.
All right, I'll take this over, Mark. Sure, thanks.
All right.
Hello, everyone. So there are a number of FCIA member resources on Fiber Channel training, including material from Broadcom, Cisco, and Teledyne LeCroy. And so we'll get into those in a bit. The FCIA has had an educational focus over the last few years, bringing a host of material, including 30 webcasts, which are available on Bright Talk and the FCIA website. And SNIA also has a wide range of storage education resources, some touching on Fiber Channel. And we have a Fiber Channel playlist of all this material on YouTube, which can be found on the link shown on the slide. And I think I'm going to pass it back to Mark for this one.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. So one of the vendors that has a lot of material is Broadcom's Brocade division, Brocade switches. They have a tremendous library of courses, over 80 free online training courses that you can access 24/7. Everything from Fiber Channel SAN basics to details about their own products and solutions. And then they have a lot of material on advanced features and troubleshooting capabilities. So you can access their information at the Broadcom Learning Portal. We have a QR code that you see in the right-hand side of the screen that if you want to access this quickly from your phone, just point your phone camera at this and you can get a direct link there, or follow the link on our screen here when you get the presentation later. It'll take you right to that. Yeah, so Brocade has quite a few different levels of courses and certifications available, from the Brocade SAN Administrator course, which validates, Fiber Channel knowledge, Brocade products and Fabric OS features, and then the next level of Brocade SAN Professional, which takes a level deeper more of the advanced Brocade SAN features and technologies. And then finally, Brocade Gen 7 SAN Specialist, which is taking that test will validate your knowledge of the latest Gen 7 64 gig hardware products and their latest OS versions and features. So there's a lot of detail there. I encourage everybody, if you're a customer of Brocade products, to follow and take advantage of those free courses. Even if you're not, I think there's a lot of information there to be learned. Yeah, Michael.
Thanks. Yep. Another company that has a lot of great training material is Cisco. Many of these courses can be taken as a standalone or followed by certification exams for additional benefit. All this networking training is on demand, and as well as some instructor-led formats. And so you can get certified in operating switches, SAN fundamentals, and technician data center support. You can follow this link and get material on any of these Cisco products seen on these two slides. Another member company that has a lot of great material is Teledyne LeCroy. Teledyne LeCroy offers great training on the fundamentals and applications of Fibre Channel, which can be found at all the resource hyperlinks on the slide. And so anyone looking to get certified on any specific product, like Mark said, or like I said, from Broadcom or Cisco, they would also benefit with the training from the ground up material found here.
Yeah, and also, the FCIA has a large amount of training resources available. Of course, this webcast you're listening to now on Bright Talk, we've done over 30 of these over the years, over the last 5 years, and so there's all kinds of courses that you can go back and review some of those materials. Some of the most popular courses and presentations that we've delivered that we find are on the basics. A lot of folks like to go back and look at the basics of fiber channel zoning and configuration and cabling, things like that. So we find those to be quite popular. And then again, you can follow the QR code link here if you want to get right to it, or click on the link here on the page.
Another unique resource for information and training is the University of New Hampshire Interoperability Lab. So speaking from experience here, there are ways to learn about Fibre Channel before your career has even started. So if you're a young student, in college or something, this is another great resource where they are training the engineers of tomorrow. And so I wanted to give a shout out for that. So UNH or the IOL provides this training through education of test compliance plans and hands-on experience at these plugfests that Mark was alluding to, where undergrad students are sitting shoulder to shoulder with experienced engineers and learning just the fundamentals of the standards and learning critical debug skills. And so that this is just a great experience. I know if anyone's watching, I'm sure the top picture or the bottom right picture might trigger some memories for you, maybe good and bad. Those are from the plug fests specifically. So it's a great experience for, both the experienced veterans of Fibre Channel as well as the young students looking to learn. And they also host tech talks where accomplished individuals in the industry can host the students and have informal dialogues where, these hungry young engineers get exposure to what's hot in tech and what's coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, there's also other training resources available. If you have specific storage products or compute platforms from a vendor, they often will have their own training materials on how to use the Fibre Channel features within their products that go into quite a bit of depth and help you understand and illustrate examples of how to actually use Fibre Channel to connect storage devices. And so forth. And then also operating systems, of course, support Fibre Channel. They have, their own user documentation of how to control, manipulate, install and performance tune fiber channel environments. And so that's also a great resource to find out more information at the operating system level.
So I was actually a freshman when I started working at UNHIWall on the slide I was talking about previously, and that's how I got into fiber channel and standards. My first week on the job was actually at a fiber channel plug fest, so this is kind of like a full circle moment for me. And there was fiber hanging everywhere. Switches were plugged in, as many ports as possible, and there was a whole lot of technical jargon flying around. So, and sometimes it kind of feels like no matter how hard you Google everything, you just can't keep up. But I just wanted to, highlight that there's still so much going on in fiber channel and T11, the standards body that is drafting these standards. So it can be hard to figure out where to start if you're really interested in getting deep into the weeds with fiber channel. I really found that people like Mark involved are very kind and open to having open discussions on anything fiber channel. Enjoy talking about all of the technical decisions and experiences that being involved with fiber channel led to. Everyone's approachable and reasonable, and so it's a great place to, be a sponge and soak up all the knowledge possible. Everyone in these who's been around fiber channel for a long time probably has forgotten more things about fiber channel than I know. So I appreciate just listening into conversations, no matter how trivial it might seem. And I'm sure there are plenty of other engineers maybe listening that are looking for the same opportunity. And like Mark said at the beginning, there is a high level of expertise within the standards body, and I think it's time that participating companies start sending, younger engineers who are interested to see how these meetings run, and they can really learn a lot and just apply the knowledge gained to future specifications of fiber channel, so we hit 10 to 24 gig FC and beyond. I really consider this a community, and it's a body of work that is not going away anytime soon or probably ever. So a lot of participants in FCIA, have anecdotes and cool facts that manifest and materialize the work into real life applications. Putting bits onto drives or modules into servers isn't really exciting, maybe to some people like me. But talking about fiber channel networks on fighter jets and using fiber channel to edit episodes of Scrubs are just cool and easy things to relate to. And it's always just great to see new places and meet new people, which I know a lot of younger engineers are probably looking for that kind of experience.
Yeah, Michael, I mean, just to add, it's great having folks like you that are hungry, want to learn this stuff. Keep in mind, you also bring a very unique perspective that helps everybody. So having folks in different stages of life brings their own unique perspective on what's needed in our technology. So it's
exactly.
something that we really encourage. Okay, so in summary, the next generation of IT professionals and engineers have a need for fiber channel specific education. We've covered that. Also, fiber channel knowledge and experience can boost your employment value. You might be a network engineer that is, maybe knows about some aspects of Ethernet technology or perhaps storage technology, and going that extra length and getting these fiber channel certifications or training courses can give you extra value as an employee and perhaps take you down a path of being a specialist in an area that is quite lucrative. Numerous vendors in the fiber channel industry offer a plethora of education material and hands-on capabilities to learn about their products and about the technology. And then, another great thing to do is to stay abreast with the latest in fiber channel developments is to stay in contact with the FCIA's education resources and other industry associations that are related to our industry. So with that, that's the end of our presentation. A little shorter today, but if you have any questions and that you'd like to ask either Michael or myself, please list those. We have one question here. how essential is it to have an access to associated products to learn and pass certification exams? Well, I mean, certainly having hands-on capability is going to help. I think most of these computer-based training courses will either offer the experience or I should say the knowledge you need, but certainly getting it hands-on would help. I think you can get enough information from the courses and the computer-based demos to be able to pass these certifications. Any idea on how NVMe for fiber channel versus Rocky? Well, I mean, we specialize in fiber channel in our industry, and we're really proud of the fact that just about every array vendor, major array vendor that is selling their products include a NVMe over fiber channel option to allow both the array and the servers connected to it to see proven performance benefits. So we don't see NVMe over Rocky on at least those class of products, and that's the marketplace that generally fiber channel plays in. That's the two questions I have. Another person asked earlier, Michael, I don't know if you know, but I mean, from your experience in college, did you see a lot of courses, IT related courses that talk about SAN education or anything specific to fiber channel?
Not in my path. I had a different focus, but most of the exposure I got was, I know not everyone gets this experience, or the opportunity to go through the IOL, but a lot of their material, their test plans are public. So, even if you don't have a course, I would encourage you to just check out the IOLs. They have a lot of technical documentation that really anyone can get value from.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I was also looking around at various colleges in their IT curriculums, and I noticed that some of them do have storage and storage courses, and also specific to SAN education, so that you might get some part of that from college, but I think the resources that we offer and our vendors offer could give you the specifics of what you need to really become knowledgeable. Yeah, so there's a question here. Do we have a link for UNH presentations? I don't know if we posted them, but what we'll do is all these Q&A questions, we'll create a Q&A blog, and we'll post the link in there so that so please check back in a week or so on our fibrechannel.org website and look for the Q&A blog for this presentation. We'll put it in there. Okay. So, we're just about at the end of the webcast. So, after this webcast, please do us a favor and rate this event. Your feedback helps us guide what we're going to do next in these education webcasts. So please leave feedback. As I mentioned, we'll post the Q&A blog, and we'll have answers to some of these questions in there, and we might expand on that a little bit as well. So, as always, follow us on Twitter at FCIA News for updates on future FCIA webcasts. And of course, please review our library of training material and previous webcasts at fibrechannel.org/webcasts. And we have lots of stuff there, including more information on NVMe over fiber channel, FCMME, and 64 GFC that's coming out, and and also a lot of the basics. So again, thank you very much, Michael. Thank you for your help on this webcast. Your perspective has been valuable. So
thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Have a good one.